And that brings me to the Waterloo Ion. Of course, I did catch that announcement with the new Prime Minister last week in Toronto. It made me think and recall of the time in Kitchener-Waterloo when, we had a funding partner in our federal government under Prime Minister Harper. Of course, there was a provincial commitment of 2/3, and then, of course, that was the carpet was kind of pulled out from under folks in the region of Waterloo. They slashed 1/3 of the funding, sticking it to the local taxpayer. Of course, we're moving forward with that. The Ion, we're in the midst of construction. You'll probably have heard about the Corduroy Road that's being pulled up. But I think aside from construction and paying for it, the Bombardier LRV issue is something that's on a lot of people's minds, and we talked about this briefly. I recall asking about having conversations with Bombardier. There was an article April 13th in the Waterloo Regional Record indicating that the first train for the Waterloo Region's light rail transit project will be delayed by 2 months to October, and the final 14th vehicle will be delayed by 4 months to May 2017. Were you aware of this?
Generally speaking, aware of the challenge that we face with Bombardier.
So Bombardier has already come forward and said that the delivery for the LRVs to the Waterloo region, which is the first project of your 182 LRV purchased by Bombardier, will be delayed. Were you aware of this?
I was aware of the fact that there were challenges at large with Bombardier and also challenges specific to the Waterloo project, yes.
So have you had conversations directly with Bombardier or your officials with regards to the specific delay of the Bombardier LRVs to the region of Waterloo?
There has been, over a number of months, I think a consistent message delivered by me, by others, including excuse me, the team at Metrolinx, and the ministry itself, to Bombardier, to express that we do have concerns around their ability to deliver on a couple of things, to deliver on existing I guess requests, contracts, etc. But also when you take a look at the rest of our transit infrastructure build out, Go Regional Express Rail, and a lot of other items that are included in there. Concerns about the ability that a traditional significant supplier would have, and I think what you're seeing publicly by way of media is reflective of those concerns as well.
Have you asked for assurances from Bombardier that the Ion project will meet its launch in 2017?
So at the end of the day, I think there's an expectation that Bombardier will be required to meet its contractual obligations. I would say that of any contractor.
If those contractual agreements are not met, are there any penalties for late delivery?
Sorry?
I mean, when you talk about those contractual agreements, what are the penalties embedded into that contractual agreement if they were to be missed?
Yeah, so my memory, from what I remember, this is a question that actually came up last week as well, that we had said we would take back.
And you have not been able to clarify on that answer yet?
Well, it's one of those ones that we're going to take back.
Does anybody know, or can anybody tell me if there are any penalties built into the Bombardier contract for late delivery of the vehicles? If you don't, Deputy, can anybody tell me if there's penalties at all? You talked about those contractual agreements. You must have a good understanding.
I don't think it's helpful to speculate on what a specific provision in a specific contract would be here at committee, but we will take it back.
Would it be fair, though, that an agreement of that magnitude would have penalties built into it for late deliveries?
I think it's reasonable for someone to expect that a contract of that nature would be would include all of the different clauses and measures that one would anticipate would exist in a contract of that nature, but I'm really not in a position to speculate today, so we will take that back.
I'm just trying to think as to why we wouldn't want to be more transparent to the taxpayers that footed the bill for 182 LRVs, that their government didn't build into the contract penalties, knowing the track record, unfortunately, of this company.
But now you're taking a bit of a leap, right, in logic. So what I've
Clarify
said is,
it then. Tell us
what I've said is I won't speculate.
Tell us
here
that
today.
their government negotiated a good deal for them, and, if the trains are late and delays will mount because of that, that their government established, safeguards for the taxpayer,
So
and
it's
that there
n-
will be penalties brought forward to the
I
company.
don't think it's helpful to either speculate or engage in hypotheticals at this point in time. So having said that, I'm prepared to take that one back.
Will you get back to us on that?
I'm prepared to take it back and have a look. Again, I don't know what's contained in this specific section of this specific contract. I don't know what other potential commercial imperatives there might be in that particular aspect of a contract, which I think you can understand and respect. So
I
I'm
get
not
that.
going to speculate.
We're
I'm
just
not
asking.
going to
We're
engage
just asking about penalties.
No, I understand what
can
you're
you tell
asking,
us
but
what
I'm-
the penalties
but I'm-
are?
I'm not going
if,
to-
If the ION project's complete, but there's no trains to put on the track, can you not tell? Why can't you tell us those penalties?
because I don't think it's helpful even to you, frankly, for me to speculate here at committee. So I will take that one back.
But will you make a commitment to get back to us on that?
I will make a commitment to take that one back.
I wish you had have brought whoever you're taking this back to today to committee so that we could have asked them directly.